I'm really sorry about the dark glasses. It's as bright as anything. I can't sit for too long. I've really hurt my back, but the NHS has the most awesome exercises online. I overdid it with the body coach. Senior program. I mean, how unfit must I be? And those of you who know me well and have been following for ages know I'm very fit normally. Sitting on my bum too much. Right, I'm going to try and put this on YouTube later. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I do apologise for constantly waving and constantly looking down there to see what people are saying. So that's why. So just assume I'm waving at you. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm afraid to say, despite my plea to put any questions on, hello from Florida. Hi, Florida. How are you doing on the lockdown? And Brazil, how are you doing? How are we all doing? I don't know if I said this yesterday, but I'm convinced Mother Nature has just about had enough of us. She threw the fires at us in Australia when I was there. She then threw floods at us in Australia and the UK and God knows where else. And still we've done nothing. So she's gone, up yours. I'm going to give you something to really sort yourselves out. That's my little theory. Have you noticed how clean the air is and how clear the skies are and how quiet the skies are without all those planes and how clean the water is? So there's always a plus side, she says, trying to be terribly cup half full. Hello, California. I was supposed to be in Vegas. This was my last day in Vegas up the road. But of course I couldn't go. So I had a little vacation at home instead. And now I appear to be on a possibly 3-month vacation. But you know me, I've got lots to do. Oh, Zenana, you were saying the same thing to your daughter. Lots of us are saying the same thing. I think it's Mother Nature's punishment to us all to please take care of the planet a little bit better. Anyway, I'm not going to spend long sitting here because some of you desperately wanted to tour around the house, so you forced me to dress up, put lippy on. I was saying, I'm going to show you the bottom of me. This is to show you how I'm normally dressed. See, baggies, slippers, tees. I just put on everybody's favourite sweater just to look a little bit smarter. I would love to see how you do that hair tie. Well, I'll do it now, but there are lots on Instagram, IGTV videos. If you look at my grid and look out for the black and white scarf, there's a tutorial there. There are loads on IGTV and YouTube. Please, please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'll be doing a lot more with nothing else to do. And you'll be alerted every time I do something interesting. And obviously, I'm thinking of things we can do at home. So I'll be doing lots when my back's better. Exercises, recipes, beauty treatments, turning your home into a health spa, all sorts of lovely things. Right, I'm going to show you a quick tutorial since you asked so nicely. Oh no, it's all going to go horribly wrong. But I can't be ages because the batteries will run out. I won't be able to talk with my... Right, I have to do this first. If you've got long hair, do this first. You have to excuse my AirPods. Anything I should love the look. Thank you. I've never been that fond of grey, but I just fell in love with these lemons. And now, see, right, long scarf, cotton is much better than silk. It doesn't go all slippy. Fold it over, so it's the size of a headband. Equal lengths either side. Take it round the back, tie it round the back so it stays put. I live in a very windy area on top of a hill, so I have to do this. See? And then tie once, tie twice, however long it is, keep tying. Now try 3 times. I mean, the one I did on the black and white, oh, there we are. Isn't that cool? Or if you don't want to look that funky, you could just tuck the ends in there. How easy is that? It really is easy, I promise you, and I hope I've proved it. Rather like this look. Honestly, what's the point of looking glamorous when no one can see you? I do see the neighbours when I do my sneaky walk, second walk in the evening. All my neighbours are doing sneaky second walks, and we just have a chat across the road. Right, I only got one question, you bad lots. I did say on Instagram, please leave me a question, but nobody did, apart from Lindsey Violet. Lindsey Violet, thank you so much for leaving a question. What are some of your favourite meals? Are you a health nut? Now, that's a very good question. For those of you who don't know me, I was a journalist, hence my love of talking to camera, a journalist in TV and radio all my working life. I always had a passion for photography, but then my mother died very suddenly at 62 and I was only 42. And it was a big wake-up call because she brought me up on the healthiest diet possible because she was Bulgarian. So I was brought up on the Mediterranean diet, still considered the healthiest diet in the world. So I grew up on a really healthy diet, didn't eat junk food or processed food as I was growing up. But when she died suddenly from a heart attack, it was a bit of a scare for me. You were trying some whitening toothpaste. Is that, yes, they always look whiter on camera, I don't know why. But yes, I use it every day. And it does seem to be keeping, because I love coffee, it does seem to be keeping the coffee away. Sorry anyone on YouTube for these little interruptions. So yes, she died. It was an awful wake-up call. I was 42 and on working in television, working long hours. I think I was reading the news then, early, oh, cough, early morning. And I thought, I don't want to die at 62. I have got to get my health and life together, because I had been a heavy smoker and a heavy drinker, as all journalists were in the 70s and 80s. So I went away and trained as a nutritionist. And then I wrote 3 books. I no longer work as a nutritionist. I have updated my book, which is called the same as everything else, Alternative Aging. And I still have a passion for healthy eating, because I do believe, especially now, that a healthy diet really does support your immunity. You know how old I am. I'm not on any prescription drugs. I don't have any underlying health issues. I'm well past my mum's age when she died, as I really do believe food is your medicine. Having said that, of course, have an occasional drink of Prosecco or whatever you like, because in these times we need to be happy. So this is not the time to do diets or hard regimes or juice fasts. We need to be kept happy. So whatever, a little of what you fancy does you good, and I'm a great believer in that. But having said that, back to the question, what was it? Oh, my favourite meals. Well, I'm very lucky, possibly because of my upbringing, but I absolutely adore salads 24/7, all through the year. How long have you lived in your home? Right, I've lived here 10 years and 20 years in Brighton. I have to answer the questions, otherwise they'll disappear. Hello, Retro Spectacles. Sorry these aren't yours. I got these in New York. I love vintage frames, in case you're wondering who I'm talking to, and Retro Spectacle do amazing vintage frames. For those of you in England, for those of you in New York, when the shops are open again, stores, I think it's called Fabulous Fanny's, something like that. Yeah, it's really good shop. Drawers and drawers and drawers of vintage frames. I was like a kid in a candy store. Where was I? Yes, so I eat healthily anyway. I love salads. Oh my God, I can't get enough of rocket. I grow my own rocket. I try and eat organic, the important foods. I eat very little meat. I do eat oily fish because it's so good for your brain. So basically, think rainbow colours, get all your antioxidants in, lots of veg and greens and red peppers and yellow peppers and fruit, and just try and stay away from, well, you can't get junk foods in England anymore. They're all shut. So lots of fresh, wholesome food. How's that? Right. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to whiz you around the house. And, right, sorry, that's my light that I have to put on when it's dark. Oh, you can, ow, my back hurts. Look at my view. So I'm in Saltdean, which is like 15 minutes from, I'm going to put my other glasses on so I can see what you're saying. Look at that for a view. It's very cold out, but it's gorgeous. And this is little Jack. You all know Jack. And this is, I can't actually do anything about the battery. Top tip, darlings, I left that out so I would remember to tell you. Coconut oil is fantastic for all that washing of hands. So this is my kitchen. I'll go into what I take in the morning another time because we're going to run out of battery. I'm so sorry, I didn't notice it was that low. Thanks so much for answering that. I've got 2 daughters. Oh, excellent. Yes, we need to stay healthy. Good sleep, good exercise, good diet. Can't go wrong with that. Right, so this is a dining room. And the most exciting room for me, because I've been doing it up, I wish we could do horizontal on this, is the sitting room. I've got a wonderful friend called Jane Lee. You can find her on Instagram. And she came and we were just sitting watching TV, I think a reality program. She was bored witless and I wasn't. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I said, well, if you're bored, redesign my room to make it look better. I wish I could show you a before, but it's just so much lighter. I got new rugs. John Lewis had been amazing. She suggested these white fluffy cushions. You can do this at home. If you've got enough of a budget, you can buy all these things online. Oh yeah, I'm glad you like the floor. Isn't it a gorgeous colour? It's like the sea. I'm trying to make this all sort of Hampton seaside cottage. So I got new cushions. This is a massage chair. I think it's from MEnkind. There's Jane Lee Interiors. Oh, it was Britain's Got Talent, my favourite programme. I bought her witless. Well, Jane Lee Interiors, if you want help, because you can do it all online. We can do everything online. Anyway, this is a massage chair, which is saving my life at the moment, because obviously we can't have massages. And that's from, I think it's MEnkind, and it was under 100 quid. So if you've got any spare money, that's where you go. That's a lovely puff that Janie suggested. I used to have a great big leather stool there. It was really ugly. That's Jack's new bed, which he refuses to sleep on because he prefers this white rug. Now, who with a dog would buy, a cream? Why would a dog owner buy a cream rug? Jane, I blame you entirely. But it is washable. And I love it, and unfortunately he loves it more and threw up all over it the other night. Lovely. That's a new table. That's John Lewis. How pretty is that? And just these little touches Janie suggested were absolutely amazing. Best of all were the white shutters. They were dark brown before and they really made the room look dark. Oh, and new lights. Lampshades with those spectacular bulbs in. So that's all I did. Cushions, rug, lighter table. And interior designers are brilliant because they just know. And it's letting all the light in and it's still cosy. So do you love the candle ring with, I wish I could, I can't make anything. Isn't that awesome? I found that online. I'm so glad you noticed it. It just goes with that table so well, doesn't it? The floor is just floor paints. Because I've got doggy, I've got wooden floors throughout the house. I'm going to very quickly show you the spare room. Very, very quickly, because there is a separate video on YouTube. Oh dear, it's a bit of a mess. This is my new summer room. Actually, I think it's about 5 years old now. But again, great help from Janie. She suggested the rubber flooring, which is so warm with underfloor heating. So this is now the guest room. She suggested the pegs on here instead of a wardrobe that takes up way too much room. And great big bifolds to open up into the garden and an ensuite. I know all Americans have 100,000 bathrooms in their houses. I'm not showing you that room because it's a bloody mess. That's my study. Come on, Jack. And very quickly, wow, yes, it is an awesome room. I love it in the summer. I lie on the bed with the doors wide open. Right, now the bedroom. Again, Jane is getting to grips with this. But look, I got the little sheepskin rugs. No, they're not sheepskin. They're, what are they? Anyway, they're kind. I made sure they were ethical. And there's the other one. Jack adores these. And what Jane suggested was, quite rightly, changing that wall to a plain colour because it would just make the room so much bigger and make that beautiful painting pop out. Yeah, isn't this a gorgeous picture? That's local. That's a local artist who went up to the Sussex Downs and saw this field, and those out there are the Sussex Downs. And I have a bird's nest there and I watch the birdies every morning. So that wall will be done when I'm allowed to have someone in the house. Now, most people put their cushions all over the pillows, don't they? Drives me mad taking them all off at night. Very lazy about making my bed because I spend so much time in it working, having a siesta, listening to a book. So I put them here. And I think they look really nice there. It's just so gorgeous to get into bed at night with these pretty cushions at the bottom. You can't really see so well because it's a bit dark. But, you know, it's different, isn't it? What do you think? So they're like that, and I don't have to fiddle with them every night. And finally, this is my dressing room now. Again, there's a separate video on YouTube all about how I declutter everything in those vast cupboards. And here's some stuff ready for the next IGTV. New outfit coming soon. Ready for summer, should we ever be allowed out. So I'm very happy with that room. And here's the bathroom. And final top tip. I have, especially now with a very bad back, Epsom bath salt in my bath. That much or a little less. Soak for 15 minutes. Hello. 15 minutes and you will sleep like the dead. Here's a bit of art as we go down the stairs. You'll sleep like the dead and it gets rid of aches and pains and will really support you. It's the best stuff in the world. And there is very famous Australian artist. So that, I'm sorry, that was really quick, but I didn't want it. Oh, I love that cow. I didn't want it running out in the middle. So as you can see, I've done a big change to the house, building that spare room. Which is really awesome, and little things to the lounge. So I think my message is, while we've got all this time, get to grips. Right, I'm trying to set, there we are. Hang on while I put the tripod up. Get to grips with doing things, painting, decorating. If you've got a hubby, lucky you, get him painting. Or if you're good at it, get painting. I am hopeless at anything practical. I'm very creative, as you hope you've noticed, with videos and photography and things like that. But when it comes to practicalities, I haven't got a practical bone in my body, so I always have to get other people to do it. We need a routine. I can't dress up like this every day. That's a step too far. I love having makeup-free skin, and it is really good for your skin. Think of your skin having a lovely holiday. Now I still can't read. Now I have got a routine. I'm okay. It took me a week. Yes, same here. It took me a week. I just lurched from total worry and anxiety and depression to this will be all right. Anyway, then I listened to one of my many podcasts, and somebody, it might have been Russell Brand, I'm not sure, but somebody said he thinks it was Darwin who originally said this: human beings are built to adapt, and those who adapt live longer. So remember those wise words. We must adapt. Whatever's thrown at us, we can adapt, and we will adapt. Yes, no matter what you do, it really helps to have a schedule. Yep. I'm not sticking to my schedule rigidly. What I love in particular is working for as long as I feel like it. I always sit in bed for the first 2 hours after I wake up, 7:30 to 9:30 to 10 to 10:30. I've got into the habit of doing my work, my emails, editing a video, doing Instagram, whatever. That's just what I do in the morning. The dog's always asleep after he's had his pee. I do have a sort of schedule, but what I'm really enjoying is doing what I like when I feel like it and not rushing. I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely loving not having appointments in my diary. And you realise at times like this that we spend our whole lives rushing. Even if it's rushing to meet a friend for coffee, rushing to meet someone for lunch, rushing to get to the cinema. I miss all those things so much, but I'm loving getting up in the morning and taking as long as I like to shower, or taking as long as I like to have a good soak at night, or taking as long as I like to prepare food. There's no hurry. I took as long as I like today to take the dog for a walk. I had an hour on the phone with one of my best buddies in Australia. It was wonderful. Hello, Rio de Janeiro. Hope you're doing okay. So that's what I'm loving, and I think we'll all change after all of this and realise that rushing and overfull diaries is no way to live. Even if you're retired, we're all too busy. I'd love to hear about your schedules and what you're doing that's different, what you're doing that's changed. I hope you enjoyed the quick tour of my house. There is more on the blog and on YouTube in detail. And I love you lots. My new hashtag that I thought I'd made up and realised other people are using it, I thought it was me, is hashtag stay safe, stay sane. Mwah. Love you lots. See you soon.